let's have a little lie down this morning, shall we? Just coming into Shavasana, ticking off who I've got and who I haven't. So I know who to send the links out to. There we go. I think we're done. Okay, so yes, coming into Shavasana, taking that little lie down, lengthening the legs, down into the corners of the mat. If the back is feeling a little bit tight this morning, a little bit sticky, then just taking a soft little bend in the knees and pressing the soles of the feet down into the floor. Beautiful. So the soft little flow this morning, seeing as it's Sunday, but as always, just doing as much or as little as you want to. Stopping and resting if you feel you need to. And just taking a few moments to come into the breath. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling back out through the nose. And not changing the breath at the moment, just being aware of how it feels this morning. Hands just resting maybe onto the belly for that little connection, or just down slightly away from the body. If you want to bring the palms up towards the sky, this will draw in a little bit of energy. If you want to feel a little bit more grounded, hands just resting down into the mat. And just taking the breath now, maybe a little bit deeper, maybe adding our Kumbhaka, our little pause. Inhaling in, pausing, exhaling and pausing. And as always, just making sure that our exhalations are slightly longer than our inhalations. This just helps to draw the heart rate down. Gets the body into its rest and digest mode, ready for its practice. Lovely. As we take our next breath in, just bringing the feet together, lift the arms up and over the head. Take a nice big body stretch, big reach away through the fingers, through the toes. Maybe just a little bit of movement if this feels nice. Just a little bit of a rock from side to side, bringing the fingers over to the corner of the mat, coming back to center, taking it the other way, or maybe staying in the center and just pushing the right side up to the top of the mat, foot to the bottom, and then taking it through to the left. And while we're doing this, just checking in, seeing where we've got those areas of tightness and tension. Are we feeling tight across the hips, maybe the neck? Maybe it's the lower back, just being mindful of these areas as we move in and out of each posture this morning. Beautiful. As we exhale, we're going to bring the arms over the head and just bring that right knee up and into the chest. Let's curl up, Ardha Uttanasana. Take a little squeeze in, nose to knee. Drawing that navel back to spine, exhale and release. Just softening back down. We'll just do two more on this side. So again, inhale, curling up, nose comes towards the knee. Might not be anywhere near this morning, just seeing how it goes. And again, exhale and release. Lovely, one more. Nice big breath in as we curl up, nose to knee. Exhale and release. Just starting to lift this right leg up to the sky. Little point and flex. You might get a little click of that ankle, maybe circling it now a few times in one way. I'm sure I can hear Sue's ankles clicking from here. Feels like a long time since I heard your ankles click in person. So, and again, the other way. And when we do get that little click, it's fine. It's just our synovial fluid just moving around the joints, just getting them all nice and lubricated. We're going to bring this leg down to the floor. And again, let's lift the arms over the head. Take that nice big stretch away, just reaching through the fingers and toes. Maybe again, just a little bit of movement. Lovely, and then we're going to bring the arms back over the head. Left knee comes up and into the chest. And again, just soften down. Let the back of the body become heavy. Nice big breath in, and then we're going to curl up. Nose comes towards the knee. Just notice the difference on this side. You might be a little bit more open. Maybe you're coming in a little bit deeper. Maybe it's not quite as deep. And again, release. Just come down. Head and shoulders press back down into the mat. We're going to do 2 more. So again, as you inhale, just start to curl up, squeezing the belly, lifting that navel back to the spine. Exhale, release. Beautiful. 1 more, curl up. Squeezing the belly, nose to knee. Lovely. We're going to exhale and release. Just floating that leg up towards the sky. And again, take that little point and flex. Should feel this from the ankle, maybe all the way down into the hamstring, the hip perhaps. A little circle now, moving the ankle a few times in one direction. And a few times the other way. Lovely. And then we're going to float that leg down to the end of the mat. Just taking that body stretch again, reaching up and over the fingers. Maybe this time staying still, finding a little bit more space. Big breath in, and we're going to bring the knees into the chest. You can do this one at a time, or just a little curl up, squeezing in the belly. And I'm just going to give you a little choice here. If you're not feeling it this morning, feet can come to the floor, sliding the legs back into that body stretch. Otherwise, we can just shoot the arms and the legs out. Holding here, just in a little low boat, starting to warm up that belly a little bit. Let's take a breath in as we exhale, knees again, hug to chest, curling into the Apanasana. And again, just 1 more. So feet to floor, sliding out for a body stretch. Or we come to this little low boat. Just pushing away through the fingers and toes, squeezing in that belly nice and tight. Lovely. And again, just hug those knees back to the chest. Head and shoulders come down, feet come down to the floor. It's going to take a nice little bridge flow. So just pressing down into the heels, push the hands slightly down to the mat. As we inhale, we're going to start to lift the hips up towards the sky. So just pushing up slightly, give the glutes a little bit of a squeeze. Exhale, rolling down. Imagine you're putting the spine down, just 1 vertebra at a time, just like a little chain, a little link. Lower back hits the floor last. We're just going to do this again 2 more times. So inhale, press into the spine, just pushing everything up towards the sky. Exhale, release, come back down. Beautiful. Just 1 more, nice big breath in. Pushing up into those heels, get the hips, the glutes, just everything, a little bit of a squeeze at the top. Lovely, we're going to release, just coming back down into the mat. Just bring both knees back into the chest, bring the big toes together, and take some little circles, just circling out across those hips, just pushing the knees out and away. So we're getting a little bit of space between the knees. Circles can be a little bit small if you're tight this morning. Again, just checking in. My hips are a little bit tight, my bottom hurts. Sort of like done it to myself. Lovely. So again, we're going to place the feet back to the floor, coming back to that little bridge, but this time we're going to add the arms. So just working a little bit into the shoulders. Again, as you inhale, press into the heels. Start to float the arms up and over the head. Let the backs of the hands just rest into the floor. Take that little squeeze, and as we exhale, come back over. Maybe seeing if we can just get the lower back to the mat at the same time as the hands come back down. Again, just 2 more. Nice big breath in. Finding a little bit more space if you feel you can. Coming up a little bit higher maybe. Reaching the hands out and away a little bit more. And again, as you exhale, lower. Release. Just floating all the way back down. Beautiful. 1 more. Nice big breath in. Push the arms up and away. Take that little squeeze at the top. Beautiful. As you exhale, release. Lovely. We're just going to roll onto one side. So any side, doesn't matter. Just lengthen the legs out and away from you. And we're going to pick the top leg up. Just bring it back into a little bit of a quad stretch. So just grabbing hold of that foot, squeezing that heel towards the glute. Lovely. Just release and let go. Roll onto your front and just come up onto the forearms. So just taking a nice soft little sphinx. If your back is a little bit sticky, take the feet slightly wider than the hips. We're just going to bring that right knee, bend into it, and just bring the heel towards the glute. Again, a little bit of a stretch out. Exhale, float the leg nice and long back to the end of the mat. Bring it through to the left. Squeeze that glute in. Squeeze the hamstring a little bit. Exhale, release. And again, just doing it 2 more times. Bring that right leg up and in. Little squeeze, as if you've got a little peach behind the leg. Lengthen it back down, and again, opposite side. Release. We're going to just do one more on the right. So again, just bring that heel back towards the glute. Take that little squeeze. Exhale and release. Lovely. One more. Just bring that left heel in, squeeze. Exhale and release. Just rolling onto the other side for that little quad stretch. So again, legs are nice and long, top leg comes up, bend the knee, grab hold of the foot and just bring the heel towards the glute. Lovely. Just releasing, letting go. Just bringing yourself up to little seated position. Sit nice and tall. Come down this way. Just bring that right knee up and into the chest. Just a nice soft little twist as we bring the left arm round that leg. Bring the right fingers down to the floor. Just sit nice and tall. Keep that left leg nice and long. Toes up towards the sky. Beautiful. We're going to exhale, release. Take that leg long. Keep the shoulders a little bit of a roll. Bring it through to the other side. So left leg comes up. And again, just take that little twist, little turn, just looking towards the back of the room. Lovely. And again, we're going to release, extend that leg. Taking it a little bit deeper now. So again, right leg comes up. I'm going to step it over so the toes just roughly in line with the knee. Now you can keep this left leg extended, or we're going to tuck it up. Left foot comes up towards that right hip. If you're doing the tuck, just make sure you're nice and equally balanced on the sit bones. Press down through the right hand. Left arm comes up to the sky, lengthen, take a breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to hook the elbow just over that knee, a little bit deeper. If it feels too much, again, we can just hug around it instead, nice and soft. Take that little twist, that little turn. Beautiful. Come back to center. We're going to counter twist. So your right hand outside edge of that right foot. Sit tall. Lovely. And again, come back to center. Extend the legs. Bring it to the other side. Left leg comes up. Step it over. And again, that right leg can stay where it is. Otherwise, we're just going to tuck it up next to that left hip. Pressing down through the sit bones. Push down through the left hand. Right arms coming up to the sky. Take that little look up to start, create that space, and again, we're going to hook that elbow around the knee, turning to look towards the back of the room. Pressing down through the tailbone, spine is nice and long. Beautiful. We're going to release, come back to center. Left hand just comes to the outside edge of that right foot for that little counter twist. Beautiful. And then come back to center, feet to floor, and then bring the soles of the feet together. So again, if your hips are a little bit tight this morning, take the legs away slightly, a little bit of a diamond shape, so it's a little bit looser. If you've got a little bit more space, feel a little bit more open, you can just bring those feet slightly further towards the hips. Just sit nice and tall, maybe a little bit of movement again, little rock up and down with those knees, just creating that little bit of space. I must say the snow does look very pretty outside my window, because I know I haven't got to go out in it. So left hand again, just bring it to that right knee. Let's take that nice big twist now, just turning a little bit deeper if we can to look over that right shoulder. Beautiful. Come back to center. We'll bring it through to the other side. Lovely. And again, come back to the center. Take hold of the feet again, and we're just going to lengthen a little bit. So spine nice and long, crown of the head floats to the sky, drop the shoulders, take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to hinge forwards from the hips. Spine stays long, lead with the crown of the head. You can put the elbows onto the legs if you want it a little bit deeper. Just coming into this little Baddha Konasana with a fold. Use the breath, create that little bit of space. Imagine the breath coming into the hips. Maybe the lower spine, wherever we're feeling tight. Drop the shoulders, release the jaw. Lose the tension. Lovely. And again, we're going to come up, sit nice and tall, and bring yourself over into a little tabletop position. Hands in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Ready for our cat and cow. So as you inhale, take that nice big breath in. Tuck the chin into the chest, pull the belly up nice and tight. Head's nice and soft, just rounding through the spine. As we exhale, release. Bring that gaze forwards. Soften into the elbows slightly. Chest nice and open. Beautiful. We're going to take a couple more rounds. So again, squeeze the belly. Round up through cat stretch. Tuck that chin into the chest. Gaze comes back towards the knees on the navel. When you're ready to exhale, drop down and release. Beautiful. And again, nice big breath in. Round up through cat stretch. Really pull the belly up nice and tight. Helps with that digestion. Gives us a little bit of a detox. Starts to tone those internal muscles. And again, release. Bring the gaze forwards. Soften. Beautiful. Let's come back to that neutral spine. Let's bring the right foot up and in between the hands. Push down into the heel, taking a little lift up into low lunge. So we've got the shoulders stacked over the hips. And your left hip just wants to push forward slightly. Squeeze that left glute and quad. That's where the power is coming from. We're going to inhale, arms up to the sky. Woo. Let the palms touch and just take that little lift up. Beautiful. As we exhale, we're going to come back to heart center. And your left elbow, just hook it over that right thigh, that right leg. Just pushing into the palms of the hands. Create a little bit of a window with those arms and take a little twist. Turn, look towards the back room. Beautiful. We're going to come back into the center. Place the hands to the floor. Just tuck the back toes, lengthen into that back leg, and just straighten into this front leg. Straighten into that right leg. You might not come down too far at the moment. Might be still a little bit tight. Nose drops down towards the knee. So bend in the elbows. Bend into that front knee if you are quite tight. Just taking this nice little pyramid pose. Parsvottanasana. Beautiful. And then we're going to release. Knee comes back to floor. Just bring that right knee back and take a little stretch out into Balasana, our child's pose. Reach the fingertips up towards the top of the mat. So we've got the forearms, shoulders up and off the floor. Just getting that nice little stretch. I need the hair band. Here we are. And again, maybe a little bit of movement, maybe rocking hips from side to side, maybe just pushing out and away with those fingers a little bit more, creating that little bit more space. Beautiful. Again, as we inhale, round it up through cat. Exhale, soften, bring it back down to cow. Beautiful. And then come back into that neutral spine. So again, left leg Step it up and in between the hands. Press into the heel. Give yourself that little lift. Just stacking again, shoulder, hip. Pushing slightly forwards this time with that right hip. And just drawing that left one back a little bit. Breathe in. Float the arms up to the sky. Lengthen up and away. See if we can find a little bit more space. Nice big inhale, and as we exhale again, we're going to take that little twist, hooking that right elbow over that left leg, that left knee, pressing into the hands, turning to look towards the back of the room. Squeezing in the belly nice and tight. Lovely. Beautiful. And then we're coming back to the centre again. Place the hands to the floor. Tuck the back toes. Lengthen that back leg. You can step it in a little bit if you want to. Doesn't matter if you're on the heel or the toes rather. Heel doesn't have to come all the way down. Straightening into this front leg. Just taking a little moment again just to breathe. Lengthening those hamstrings. Finding that little bit more space. Start to push back a little bit. Maybe that back heel starts to creep down towards the floor. Lovely. And then we're going to bend into the left leg. Bring the fingertips up to the top of the mat. Take a little step up. And just folding down into our Uttanasana. Little shake of the head, a little bit of movement. Oh, I've got to take this off. I keep getting a mouthful of jumper and a mouthful of crystal. The necklace keeps hitting me in the face. Okay, so just that little bit of a rock, maybe grabbing hold of the elbows, starting to come round towards that right ankle, that left ankle. Squeeze the belly as you do this. Navel again draws back to spine. And then taking just a little rock from side to side, a little bit of a pendulum. Maybe coming up a little bit bigger. So maybe bringing the elbows all the way up to the shoulders. Still keeping the knees a little bit soft. Just going to do one more. Lovely. And then just soften back down. Fold back into that Uttanasana. So maybe the chest is now touching the thighs for a little bit of support. As we inhale, we'll roll up nice and slowly. Keep the head tucked, chin tucked. Head comes up last. Give the shoulders a little bit of a roll. Little circles backwards. And let's do a few forwards. Lovely. So getting ready for a little sun salutation. Grab a drink if you want to, and then we'll move on. I need to get a new bottle, that one's really slurpy. So again, just come back to mountain pose. Soft little bend in the knees, slight lift of that navel up and back to spine. As we inhale, take a nice big breath, big circle, reaching up towards the sky. If you want to add a little bit of back bend here already, then just start to bend into the knees. Let the arms just fall out and away. I'm going to exhale, swan dive down. Coming all the way back into that forward fold. Maybe now the legs are starting to be a little bit straighter. Take a little moment to breathe, explore the space. As we inhale, fingertips to floor, palms to shins for our lengthening posture. We're going to exhale, come back down, nose to knees. Big step back with the right foot, nice and long to the back of the mat. Drop the knee, bring the left knee back in to join it. Take a little pause, back into child's pose. Now again, yogi's choice. You can round up through cat stretch, or we're going to take the gaze to the top of the mat. Inhale, elbows go wide, chest and chin pushes through, and we just take a little scoop up into cobra. If you want to stay with Sphinx a little bit softer, you can. Drop the shoulders, shine that heart center forwards. A little moment just to breathe. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips high, back up and into down dog. And now maybe a little pedal. Again, if we're still feeling tight, just that little bit of movement creates that little bit of space. Beautiful. We're going to look to the top of the mat. Take a little walk, or you can step up with your right foot, bring it up and in between the hands, and then bring the left foot to join it, folding back down into that Uttanasana. Hands come to hips for support, or we fly back up to the sky. Let's step the feet together, take a nice line of energy. Feet to fingertips. Big breath in as we exhale, hands back to heart center, come back to Tadasana. Moving straight onto the left. Again, take that nice big breath in, flying up, softening into the knees for that little baby back bend. Beautiful. And again, we're going to exhale, swan dive down, folding back down into that Uttanasana. Bringing in to lift and lengthen, fingertips to floor, palms flat to the shins. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, as we exhale, fold back down. Knees are soft as we step that left leg nice and long to the back of the mat. Dropping the knee and bringing that right knee back to join it. Sit back to child's pose. As we inhale, we're going to look to the top of the mat, round through cat stretch, or again, Ashtanga Namaskar, pose of 8 curves. Scoop through, lifting back up and into that cobra. Taking a pause just to breathe, maybe close the eyes for a little moment. We're going to tuck the toes. Again, hips nice and high. Come back to down dog. Maybe that little pedal. Or maybe now you're just finding a little bit of stillness. Let's take a breath in as we exhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Left foot comes through. And again, right foot joins it. Folding back down into that forward fold. We're going to inhale to lift. Coming back up to the sky, feet together. Exhale, hands to prayer. Come back to mountain pose. Lovely. So just taking your right arm, just bring it up and over the head. Little side bend, left fingers, just trail down the side of the body. Lovely. We're going to let that arm just float down, switch sides. Bring that left arm up and over. Lovely, just coming back down. Going to do it again, but we're going to have a little bit of a bind with the legs. So right leg, step it behind that left foot. Feet come together. It's challenging the balance a little bit as well. So as you inhale, again, right arm up, sliding the fingers down the leg. Maybe take the gaze up past that right shoulder. A little bit deeper. Beautiful, release. Uncross the legs, bring it to the other side. Left leg just steps behind. And again, float that left arm up and over. Reaching down and away with those fingers. Ooh, lovely. Come back, unbind the legs. Let's inhale up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down, coming back into that forward fold. Going to step back again, right leg nice and long, bring it to the back of the mat. Staying here for a twist, press down into that right hand, lift that left arm up to the sky. Just dropping those hips nice and low, little sink. Beautiful. We're going to bring this left hand down, place it to the inside of that left foot. Drop that right heel down to the floor, and as we inhale, right arm comes up to the sky. Again, just reaching up and away with those fingers. Taking a nice breath in. We're going to press into that front heel. Bring yourself up. Warrior 2. Front knee stays nice and low. Just gazing through the front middle finger. Drop the shoulders. Breathe. Can we go a little bit deeper? Find that little bit more space. Beautiful. As we inhale, we're just going to straighten into that front leg. Trikonasana, our triangle. Reach away with those left fingers. When you can't go any further, left hand's going to just come to the inside of that left leg. And we reach that right arm up to the sky. Arms are stacked, shoulders stacked if we can, one on top of the other. Obviously, if you've got a little shoulder issue, you might not get all the way, but just doing the best you can. You don't have to get the hand all the way down to the floor. You want that nice long line, fingertips to fingertips. If you feel a little bit collapsed, lift that top hand, or that bottom hand rather, just up a little bit more. You want to feel like the body's nice and open in between two panes of glass. Beautiful. From here, we're going to float that right hand down. Just bringing it back down to the mat. And we're just going to fold back into that little pyramid. So front leg again, nice and straight. Push into the heel of that back foot. Again, doesn't matter if it's all the way down to the floor. Front knee can be bent. If you've got a little bit more space and this front leg is straight and the nose is to the knee, turn the hands, walk them towards the back of the mat. Fingertips towards the back of the mat, you get a real big, deep hamstring stretch there. If you wasn't already feeling it, you will be if you take that little adjustment. Lovely. So again, we're just going to bring the fingertips up to the top of the mat. Soften into that front knee. Toes of that back foot are curled under. We're stepping back here to plank. Taking a little pause to hold. If it's too strong, knees can come straight to the floor. Push into the hands, round through the shoulders a little bit. Squeeze the belly. Lovely. Your right hand comes into the centre of the mat. Turn onto the side of the feet. Lift that left arm up to the sky. Little side plank. Feet stacked one on top of each other. That right knee can come to floor for support, or you can stack the feet one on top of each other. A little bit more of a challenge. Breathe. Beautiful. We're coming back, hands to floor, drop the knees. Let's have a nice little child's pose. Bring that forehead down. Bring the hands down to rest by the feet if the head's touching the mat. Just soften into the shoulders, little pause, get the breath. Lovely. And again, we're going to reach the arms up and over the head. Let's press down into the fingertips. As you inhale, just lengthen, look up towards the top of the mat. Exhale, soften back down, release. Stay on those fingertips if you can. Nice little stretch into the shoulders. And again, as you inhale, bring the gaze up. Look to the top of the mat. Exhale, release. One more, nice big breath in. Gaze to the top of the mat. Beautiful. Exhale and release. We're going to press into the hands. Let's round back up through cat stretch. Soften down to cow. Tuck the toes and again lift those hips nice and high. Come back to that down dog. Beautiful. So we're going to inhale here. Right leg is going to come up to the sky. Doesn't have to come up too far. Not working with any pain, just softening into it, just getting that lovely little stretch. We're going to bring that right leg down. It's going to float down behind the left. You may come to tiptoes. You might get the sole of the foot all the way down like we did when we were standing. Press into the hands and just push those hips slightly towards that left corner of the mat. Lovely. We're going to float that leg back up to the sky. Again, just a little pause in that three-legged dog, and then that foot comes back to the floor. Take a little reset, maybe a little pedal if that feels good. Maybe just finding a little bit more space in this down dog. Lovely. Again, as we inhale, left leg floats to the sky, pushing up and away, pressing to that right foot. Beautiful. We're going to float that leg down, and again, maybe toes just touch the floor. Maybe the whole foot comes down. Push the hips slightly out to that right corner, pressing into the hands. Beautiful. And again, that leg's going to float up. Little pause back in that three-legged dog. Can you find a little bit more space? Exhale and lower. So step the feet together if you want to take a little jump up to the top of the mat. Otherwise, you can walk or step right foot followed by left. Beautiful. Let's just take that pause in Uttanasana. Maybe wrapping the arms around the backs of the legs this time. Grab hold of the elbows. See if you can just shuffle those forearms down towards the floor. Maybe now getting a little bit deeper into that forward fold. Lovely. We're going to come up, hands to hips, or take that big circle. Arms up and over the head. Exhale, heart center, back to Tadasana. Little pause to breathe. Soft gaze to the tip of the nose, or close the eyes. And then we'll do it all again on the other side. So grab a drink if you want to again. Oh, it's starting to settle a little bit. Oh, might get my wish after all. So when you're ready, just come back to the top of the mat. So take a nice big breath in, arms up to the sky. And again, as you exhale, fold down, swan dive, back down into that Uttanasana. Soften the knees. Left leg steps nice and long to the back of the mat. And again, we're going to twist. Left hand presses to the floor. Right knee's in line with that right ankle. As you inhale, lift that right arm up to the sky. Press through the left hand to just reach up a little bit higher with those right fingers. A little bit stronger. Lovely. Again, we're going to bring that right hand down. It's coming to the inside of that right foot. Left heel anchors to the floor, twisting the other way as we lift left arm up to the sky. Gazing up to the fingers if we've got space to do so. If not, the gaze can stay down to that right hand. Again, squeeze the belly, press into that front heel, lifting up for that warrior two. Settle here, let the shoulders draw away from the ears, weight is into the outside edges of those feet, and we've just got that nice opening up across the hips. Tailbone lengthened, shoulders are soft, we're looking through the front middle finger. Breathe. Lovely. Again, we're going to straighten into that front leg. Take that reach for Trikonasana. When you can't go any further, right hand comes just to the inside of that right leg and we lift that left arm up to the sky. Soft little bend on that front leg, so we're not locking out the knee. Gazing up to the top hand if we've got the space to do so. And again, think of those arms being like the clock from 12 all the way down to 6. Lovely. Don't forget, if your chest feels collapsed, lift that top arm up a little bit. Lift that bottom hand up. Bring it a little bit higher up the leg. Beautiful. We're going to float down here. Left hand comes all the way down. Both fingers just pressing into the mat. Turn the body over that right leg. Maybe we're up on the toes of that back foot. You might want to step the foot in a little bit, shorten the stance. Finding again that little pyramid. Pushing the left hip forward, pushing that right hip back a little bit. Then you can turn the hands towards that back foot, towards the back of the mat, a little bit deeper in that hamstring stretch. Beautiful. Use the breath, breathing into it. Lovely. And again, we're just going to bring the hands up to the top of the mat. Bend into that front knee. Left toes are tucked. We're going to step back to plank. Option to bring the knees straight to the floor if you're not feeling plank this morning. Take it a little bit softer. If you want to ramp it up a little bit, we push into the hands. We squeeze the belly, pushing the middle of the back up towards the sky. Beautiful. Left hand comes to the center of the mat. Turn onto the side of the feet. Lift that right arm up. Again, left knee can come to the floor, a little bit softer. Feet are stacked one on top of each other or one in front of the other. Whatever feels good. Breathe. Ooh, got shaky arms this morning. Come back to plank. And again, let's drop the knees. Take child's pose. Forehead comes down to the mat, chest to the thighs. If the forehead's down, we don't need the hands. Let them come down to rest by the side of the feet. Just releasing, letting go. Working with that breath. Shoulders are nice and soft. Beautiful. Again, we're going to reach the arms up and over the head. Rounding it back through cat. Tucking the toes, hips high, back to down dog. Going to bring the gaze up between the hands. I'm going to bring that right knee up and in. Just placing the knee between the wrists. Letting that leg come down and slide the left leg away. Lovely. So come to fingertips. Thumbs resting on the mat. Fingers pressing out. Just give a little bit of a lift. Take the gaze up. Nice big breath in. As we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows. Just bringing the body all the way down to the floor. Slowly. Just let that forehead lightly touch the mat. We're going to do this again. Inhale to lift. Finding that little bit more space. Beautiful. Exhale to lower. And again, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Lovely. On that next inhale, we're coming up sitting nice and tall. Just bringing your right hand onto that right knee, just nice and lightly. Lift that left arm up to the sky, take Chin Mudra. Thumb first finger, make that little connection. Gazing up towards the fingers. And then we're going to bring that right arm, left arm out behind us. Just stretch away, reach the fingertips towards that left foot. We can stay here or we're going to bend into that left knee. Just see if you can grab hold of the foot. Just give that little squeeze again, that heel towards the glute. Still twisting, turning, looking towards that back foot. Beautiful, just releasing nice and slowly. Let that foot come down to the floor, hands back to the mat. We're coming back to down dog, so you can do this by tucking the toes, swinging that leg back, or you come back through the knees. Just taking a little pause, a little reset. And again, we're going to look up towards the hands. Left knee comes through. Place it down to the floor. Just lengthen into that right leg. Hips are nice and square, just settling in for that little pigeon. Fingertips again to the floor. Just take them slightly out and away. So a little bit of an extension to those arms. We're going to inhale up to sky. As you exhale again, bend the elbows. Working nice and slowly. Just releasing that forehead down to the mat. Beautiful. 2 more. Breathe in. Chest comes up. Exhale, release, nice and slowly. As those arms get a little bit tired, we go a little bit quicker. So again, inhale, pushing up, chest to sky. Exhale, release, come back down. Just taking a little pause here. One breath. Lovely. And again, we're going to come back up. Left hand to left knee, just nice and lightly. Float that right arm up to the sky. If it feels too strong, you can always just stay with the fingertips to the floor. Just give that little reach up and away. Inhale. And as we exhale again, we're going to twist. Float that right arm towards that right foot. Just reaching back a little bit. Again, we stay here where we're going to bend into that right knee. Grab hold of the foot, squeezing that heel towards the glute. Taking that beautiful little stretch, little twist, opening up across the chest. Lovely. And we're going to release. Foot comes down, hands to floor, tuck the back toes, back into down dog. Come through the knees if you need to. Lovely. Just taking a little walk, walking the feet one in front of the other, as if we're on a little tightrope, coming all the way up to the top of the mat. Folding down, little pause again, maybe just a little rock from side to side. Lovely. Then we're going to press the hands to the floor. Just step that right foot behind you, or any foot really. Just bring yourself down onto the bottom, and when you're ready, take that little roll down into the mat. Again, just a little rock out from side to side, little massage of that lower spine. And then we're going to let the feet come back to the floor. Arms nice and wide. Bring them out in line with the shoulders. Knees, toes together, or a little bit of a space between those legs, whatever feels nice. Let the knees drop over to the right. Head's going to turn to the left, just softening down. Nice little belly twist. Taking a little moment again just to breathe. Lovely. You're going to inhale, knees back into the centre, and just exhale, bring it over to the other side. Just releasing. Again, just noticing the difference on this side. Maybe it's a little bit easier, maybe it's a little bit tighter. And again, just bringing the knees back into the centre, keeping it there if your back feels a little bit tight, a little bit sticky. Or just sliding the legs down to the end of the mat if that feels good. Just releasing and letting go. Settling in, just allowing the body to begin to absorb the effects of its practice. Just coming back into the breath. Settling into the space. And just feeling yourself coming back into your body, relaxing and letting go. Being aware of the weight of the body as it rests into the mat. The movement of the breath as it comes through the body. The rise and fall of the belly as you inhale and exhale. Just feeling the body becoming a little bit heavier and the breath a little bit longer. Feel your mind begin to settle. Take a deep breath into your belly and relax as you exhale. Feel the support beneath you as you lie comfortably onto the mat. Connecting into the environment around you. Become aware of the sounds that you may be hearing. Notice any light or colours that you may see through your eyelids. Take a big, deep, full breath in. And then let it all out. Allow your mind to empty what it no longer needs to hold on to. Let it go. Feel it flowing out and away. Allow your body to release what it no longer needs to hold on to. Let it go. Feel it flowing out and away. Take another deep breath in and out. And begin to sense the space around you. Breathe in the space and become aware of the rise and fall of your breath. Take the next breath down to where the weight of your body rests down onto the floor. just below the base of your spine, down into your root chakra, Muladhara, your chakra of belonging. Breathe into your root chakra. Let it soften and gently expand on your breath, drawing in nourishment, life force, and pranic energy. Allow your root chakra to connect down into the ground below, deep into the earth. Envision a light, a glowing red energy surrounding the base of your spine, empowering, embodying, grounding you in the here and the now. Let your root chakra take what it needs. I am accepted as I am supported, I am grounded, I am safe. Take another deep breath in and watch as this glowing red energy surrounds you. Allow your awareness to move up into your abdomen, just below your belly button, to your sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, your chakra of emotional intelligence, choice, creativity, movement, and pleasure. Feel yourself breathe into this area. Let it gently soften and expand on your breath, taking in nourishment and life force. Envision a glowing orange light enter as you breathe, the colour of the setting sun, balancing, empowering, motivating. I honour my needs. I allow myself to be nourished. I am in touch with my feelings. It is my right to be joyful and feel pleasure. Take another deep breath in and out, watching as this orange glow surrounds you. Move your awareness to the upper part of your belly, where your diaphragm rests, to your solar plexus chakra, Manipura, your chakra of personal power. Breathe into here, allowing your solar plexus chakra to soften and expand, inviting the colour yellow, the colour of sunshine. Bathe your solar plexus with sunshine, replenishing, restoring, nurturing, letting your solar plexus take what it needs. I am strong. I am powerful. I value myself. I am enough. I am more than enough. Take another full breath deep into the belly and let it all out, watching as this yellow glow surrounds you. Focus now on the center of your chest, to your heart chakra, Anahata, your chakra of self-development and unconditional love. Gently breathe into your heart, letting it soften and expand on your breath. Invite in green light, the colour of spring. Bathe your heart center with nourishment, renewal, healing. Let your heart take what it needs. I am greatly loved. I allow myself to give and receive love freely. I am nourished by the power of love. I am able to forgive myself and others. Take a deep breath in and out, watching as this green glow surrounds you. Moving your awareness up and into the neck, to your throat chakra, Vishuddha, your chakra of communication, self-expression, and truth. Gently breathe into the throat center, letting it soften and expand on your breath. Invite in the color blue, a blue light, the color of the sky. Bathe your throat center with this blue light, hearing your voice. Let your throat center take what it needs. I'm safe to express my needs. I can voice my own opinions. I can speak my truth freely. I can trust others. I am honest about who I am. Take another deep breath in and out, watching as this blue glow surrounds you. Moving your awareness up to the center of your forehead, between your eyebrows, to your third eye chakra, Ajna, your chakra of wisdom and intuition. Gently allowing it to soften and expand on your breath. Invite in indigo, the velvety color of the night sky. Bathe your third eye with indigo, soothing, balancing, bringing clarity, insight, and understanding. Let your third eye take what it needs. I am wise, intuitive, and connected to my inner power. Everything is unfolding as it should. I experience clarity every day. My thoughts are peaceful. Take a deep breath in and out, watching as this indigo glow surrounds you. And then moving now to the top of your head, to your crown chakra, Sahasrara, your chakra of oneness, allowing your crown to gently soften and expand on your breath. Invite in a warm white light. Gently bathe your crown in this light, balancing, restoring, harmonizing. Let your crown chakra take what it needs. I am one with everything and everyone. I am one with the universe. All is well. I am at peace. Take a deep breath in and fully exhale, watching as this warm white glow surrounds you. Now feel your entire body as if you were your own skin. Feel the entire outline of your body. You may feel some excess energy radiating out. With focus and intention, direct this energy to your belly, keeping it here for whenever you may need it. And then place your hands on your belly, connecting into your breath with loving kindness for the beautiful, unique being that you are. into the breath and back into the body. Beginning to bring some movement to the fingertips and the toes. Turning the head from side to side. And when you're ready, taking that nice big full body stretch, reaching the arms up and over the head. Just bringing some movement back. And then bringing the knees into the chest one at a time, giving them a little hug, little rock from side to side. And when you're ready to do so, just start to make your way back up and into Sukhasana. And back to that little seated position. Lovely. Let's bring the hands together to heart center. Close the eyes, soften the shoulders. Just take a little moment to reflect. Thanking yourself for making time to practice on the Sunday morning. And we'll finish there on Shanti. Namaste. Ooh, snowing still. You all right, guys?
Lisa?
Freezing. I need to go and put some heating on now. Whew. I never really know what the class is going to be like until I get onto the mat. So I don't want to put the heating on in case we ramp it up a little bit and I get too hot. Whoever would have thought that I used to teach? Can't imagine doing that now. It's bizarre. Okay, my lovelies. Enjoy your day, whatever you're doing.
Thank you.
And I'll see you again next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, lovelies.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.